Y'all, I went out last night with like my little friends, and we was at this place called District Bar and Grill or whatever, because on Wednesdays I guess they got this special $20 bottomless wings. I didn't get no wings, but I was eating their wings. I had got me some Cornish. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, I have a question, because I am like a very friendly girl, but I want to know, when y'all see a guy out like at a bar or a club that you think is cute, or like, you know what I'm saying, you think he gave you a little or whatever, what do you do? Me, I just like blink a lot and hope they notice me. But like, do you say something? Do you wait for them to say something to you? Do you just like hope they say something, they don't say nothing, then it's just like, whatever, I'm gonna, try to go to the bathroom, walk past them? Like, what happens? Because I don't know. I'm a pretty girl. And I be looking regular on this internet, but baby, when I go outside, I do not look like this. And I just want to know, what do you do if men don't speak? Because I know it's not because I'm ugly, because they definitely look. They be. But they do not say nothing. And I be trying to tell people this, and it's like people do not believe me. But I be like, when I go out, especially when I go out with my girls, like my girls be getting hit on. They be getting hit on left and right. When I see them, nobody ever say nothing to me. They never say nothing to me. And I'm like, I don't feel no way about it because I got snicks. But I just be like, damn. I'm definitely not going to say nothing to you, because if I say something, it's going to be real ratchet. See, you got them hoochie daddy shorts on already, daddy. But no, for real, like, what do you say? What do you do?
I said I never say anything because I don't have the Maybach outside with $10,000 in my pocket. And I think that's how a lot of men feel, right? They try to have everything together, but from once again what they've heard online, they're not sure if they're quote unquote worthy. So it'd be great if you say you don't need all of that. This is what you need, and allow a man to come approach. And if you're not interested in him, at least respect the fact that he had the courage to come up and have a pleasant conversation with him.
As a woman who considers herself average at best and below average, like on a bad day, I don't think it's that crazy for men to say things like, I'm afraid of approaching women. Just be like, based on the fact that approaching is difficult, like you have to put your ego on the line. Somebody could be recording you. Your rejection could get posted, and they could reject you in a really mean way, especially if they're recording you, and you're not aware. But also, it's just hard to know when you're supposed to approach. Like, how are you supposed to know when somebody's open to receiving like that sort of attention? And you might say, oh, with body language, but it's like, are you supposed to look at them first? And how are you supposed to look at them to indicate that that's something that you're trying to do? I feel like it's hard, it's difficult, and it's scary. And those are all reasons why I don't approach men. Like, I think it's just hard. I don't know, but you guys can let me know your thoughts on this.
Guy says, listen, I'm a large black man, 265 pounds. I cannot be running around these streets asking random women for their number. It just makes folks uncomfortable, right? The other person says, I'm not even trying to blame women as a whole, but there was a lot of posts being told for us not to approach. And being viewed as a creep is one of the worst feelings ever. Man, y'all keep on set. Mickey will tell y'all that. Listen, I'm not trying to make nobody uncomfortable. I'm not trying to be looked at as a creep. I'm trying to hear you guys out and listen to you guys. But you're confusing me because now you're saying, or you're asking, why don't men approach? Well, we're not approaching because you told us not to approach. And that's not even being malicious or being sassy. That's just what you asked me to do, and I'm respecting your wishes.
I saw this and I was like, well, it's kind of obvious to me, but maybe not so much to you. Men are not obsessed with hoes. Men are not obsessed with women who have no self-respect. Men are not obsessed with women who don't respect them as men. Men are not obsessed with women who just let it all hang out. They tell you everything that they do in the bedroom. They present to you on the first day that they see you that they going, you know what I'm saying, they for the streets. No man is obsessed with that. Men are not obsessed with women who know it all, who run their mouths all the time, don't know how to shut up. Men are not obsessed with women who think they're boss and they can rule and run over top of a man, you know? And for some reason, y'all act like y'all don't correlate. It's very obvious. It's so obvious. And if this is the type of thing that you want to happen again, it's time to reevaluate ourselves, girls. We need to start getting back being modest. We need to start being shamefaced. We need to change what we're doing, because how can we keep doing the same things and expecting different results? Now, the majority of women today are hoes, and you can tell that they're hoes. And this is why men are not obsessed with you, because they're not obsessed with hoes. They might look at them, they might glance over at them, they might deal with them every now and then, but they're not locking them down. Let's not ignore the fact that a lot of women are bitter, they're hateful towards men, and they're just not nice to guys. Come on, let's keep it real. Let's take accountability. Let's live in reality and not la la land. What's there to obsess over?
I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's going to take more than women being pretty for men to approach them anymore. I keep seeing women complaining that men aren't approaching them. And as someone who used to wonder about this too, I'm going to tell you exactly what I learned and how we can fix it. Here's what I've realized. These men are exhausted. They're tired of being used for free drinks, tired of being seen as walking ATMs, tired of putting in effort only to be ghosted or given fake numbers. And listen, I get it. We've been taught that our beauty should be enough, that men should pursue us no matter what. But the reality is, we've created an environment where approaching us feels like a lose-lose situation for them. I used to think men owed me their attention just because I looked good. But here's what I learned. No one owes us anything, not their time, attention, energy, or money. But we've been programmed to think that being pretty is our main value, but then we get upset when men only see us for our looks. Think about how hypocritical that is. We want them to value our minds, but are we actually developing our personalities? We want them to see us for who we are, but do we even know who we are beyond our looks? I had to look in the mirror and ask myself some hard questions. Am I showing interest in him as a person, or just what he can provide? Am I bringing peace to his life, or drama? Am I someone he'd actually want to build a legacy with? The truth is, we've made dating transactional without even realizing it. We expect men to approach, pay, pursue, while we just exist and wait to be catered to. But here's what changed everything for me. When I started focusing on what I could offer instead of what I could get, everything shifted. The relationship I have now with my fiance is proof that when you develop yourself beyond your looks, the right man will see you as a true partner. We wonder why good men seem unavailable, but maybe they're just protecting themselves from the games we don't even realize we're playing. We can't treat men like they're disposable and then wonder why they've stopped trying. Our actions have consequences, but recognizing this is the first step to actually making a change. If we want men to approach us, we need to show them we're worth the risk. Let's start being the women who inspire men to step up, not the ones who make them want to give up.
What's your definition of a high-value woman?
Like a high-value woman, like you're independent. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to depend on someone else. And you value yourself. You don't let a guy tell you, what's the word? Like you don't let a guy tell you, do you know what I'm trying to say?
No.
Every single man in an age gap relationship is a giant creepy weirdo.
And this is supposed to be a professional opinion coming from a PhD student.
There are no exceptions.
No exceptions. Every single one. I guess while taking all of those courses to get one's PhD, one should have probably taken at least one course in logic.
My dad, weirdo. George Clooney, weirdo. I don't care if he's 100 and she's 80. Big fat giant weirdo.
Big fat giant weirdo. I know it's always that professional use of clinical terminology that gets me every single time and definitely solidifies those arguments. But to satisfy my own curiosity, exactly what page is that particular terminology listed on in the DSM-5 so I can read up on it?
However, every single woman dating an older man, you can't judge her. You can't judge her. She's doing something. She's working on something. Just give her a minute.
Of course. Because after all, no video being used to disparage men in some way would be complete without the use of some kind of double standard. It's no small wonder after seeing this why so many individuals in this country are losing faith in the American education system, especially if this is an example of a professional opinion from a PhD student.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm not in the game of chasing men, okay? I believe in men pursuing women that they're interested in, and I reciprocate the same energy I get, because in this day and age, y'all are getting sassy. Y'all are getting sassy. You want double text, to be text first, to be asked out. I'm not doing it, okay? Once there's an established connection or relationship, then there can be more energy. But first off, no. Pursue me, date me. The sassy man apocalypse? Oh no, hon. I ain't doing it. So don't be surprised if I'm quick to block and delete and ask who's this, because I'm not doing it, okay?
I don't think most men have a problem dating or pursuing or courting women. I think y'all keep up the chase for way too long. It's tired. I think y'all like beating a dead horse, to be honest with you. A man will be then taking you on 5, 6, 7 dates, and you're still talking about court me, pursue me, chase me. No. You're not interested in being chased. You're not interested in being longed for, yearned after. You're not interested in any of that. You're interested in playing games, wasting my time and wasting my money. No, I'm not going to be doing that.
I had a woman disagree with me on my predictions of 2026 dating, which was the era of yearning is back. And she goes, Tiana, I just don't think that that's going to happen, because men just don't yearn over women in the way that they used to. And the interesting thing about this is the reason why men don't yearn over women is because women now, more than ever, have been tolerating disrespectful behavior, but staying. Not saying anything and staying, putting up with it, not speaking up with the things that they don't like, allowing behavior regardless of how they feel about it, because they want to stay with that man. Now, this is why women all over are struggling with the general population of dating, or the general population of men, is because men have been conditioned through what women allow, that they can just do whatever they want. And granted, this is not about control. You're not supposed to control your partner. It's actually an equal give or take, and it's supposed to be respectful both ways. But if you want the era of yearning to come back, and you want men to start treating you more respectfully, every single one of us as women have a responsibility to not allow disrespect, because we raise the collective consciousness of what women believe they are worthy of, and the level of respect that we believe that we deserve when it comes to receiving a partner. Because think about it, if the man who dates 5 women, right, 4 of those women don't allow that, like, amazing, now the standard has been raised and he knows he has to show up differently. But if it's 3 or 4 women out of 5 that are allowing disrespect, that 5th woman is going to cop that same amount of disrespect. So it's our responsibility as women to not allow disrespect, so that we can then call in better behavior from partners. And the same thing goes for...
Just be a better person. Just be a better person, man. Stop showing your chest all the time. Stop having to be a cookie cutter girl like every other woman. There's nothing to yearn for. I can just stop talking to you and go get another woman. Literally. Because y'all are all the same. Y'all all pretty much do the same thing. It's just a different shade. Different hair color. Different hairstyle. Different car. Maybe different house, different apartment. You're all the same. You're doing the same thing. Be an individual. I don't miss you because I'm going to run across another of you in a minute.
If I woke up tomorrow and realized my husband doesn't desire me anymore, here's the one thing that I would do to change that. And I know this works because it goes both ways. As a woman, we aren't going to admire someone who spends all his time on the couch taking no action, complaining that life never changes. We're not inspired by that. We don't respect that. So why would a man admire a woman who's always negative, always criticizing, stuck, waiting for something to change instead of growing herself and working on becoming her best self? I would start becoming a high-value woman. I would act like a queen in God's kingdom. I would understand that, yes, my man is the head of the household and the ultimate decision maker, but I'm not just a passenger in the back seat. I'm part of the mission. I'm growing too. When he sees you becoming more intentional with your mind and your body and your home and your spirit, a man looks at that and says, that's my woman. That's who I want to build a life with. And that is when his desire for you becomes deep and unshakable. And you'll activate something in him that wants to do even more for you. If you want to become the kind of woman who naturally inspires her man to cherish her and step into his God-given role as provider and protector, click the link in my bio for my program where I break this down step by step.
Yeah, and men like you are the problem. A man that takes his time in the bedroom is a man who has too much time on his hands. Ladies, these are not the kind of men that you want to waste your time with. They will not make good companions. They are not long-term relationship material. Ask yourselves, why does he have this much time to dedicate to me and my needs? What does this mean, right? It can mean multiple things. A, he's unemployed. B, he's homeless and it's getting cold outside. These are clouds, this is wind. He doesn't have a home, both of which can explain why he is so hungry. C, he doesn't have any friends. Pay close attention to what he prioritizes. For instance, if he's on the game, right? This is a controller. If he's on the game and he has no problem logging off to give you some attention, it's because he doesn't have any friends. Our last possibility is he has an addiction. Do not burden yourself with men like this. Pass them off to me. These are the types of men that you should not trust. Men who are hyper-focused on foreplay. 15, 20 minutes dedicated to her pleasure. A man who tries that hard to make a woman arrive is trying to overwhelm her with affection and intimacy. That is what we call love bombing. You need to stick with the men who are a 2 to 4 minutes max where foreplay is concerned. Drivers, a man with his own form of transportation. It's a hyper independence thing and a control issue thing. Guaranteed they will never let another person take the wheel in any aspect of life. Also, if a man has a car, it makes it harder to trap them. Men in therapy, this is a big tell that they're having an existential crisis. He's going to be dyeing the tips of his hair blonde in a year or so. Skip the men who seek help because they are not leaders. Chivalrous men. He's opening your door and pulling out your chair because he wants praise, not because he sees you as a princess or just wants to spoil you. He wants the praise that comes with these acts. Real men don't seek affirmation. It's feminine and it screams insecure. Men who talk you through it, they're running their mouths in attempts to distract you from something. Lastly, men with abs. I don't trust men with them, but I do like them. To all the women out there, the men that I just described, avoid them. I'll take one for the team and, deal with the men with abs.
Why are insecure men obsessed with humbling, secure women? It's like, they'll give you a compliment, but there will be a little behind that. It'll be like, oh my God, thank God you're pretty, when you say something stupid. Or they'll be like, oh, you look good for your age.
You see how she casually threw say something stupid in there? It's because you've probably not said something stupid once. You probably said it multiple times. And you probably keep on doing the same thing. So they're like, why are you even here? You're not even great for the team. You just keep on doing silly stuff. I mean, if you didn't have that going for you, I don't know what else you would have going for you. Sounds harsh. It is harsh. But maybe you should stop doing some stupid stuff.
It took me a very long time to actually realize this, but it's so true. Men become obsessed with their woman or a woman in general when they know that that woman puts herself first. Women that know what they want, women that take care of themselves, women that take care of their body, they take care of their mind, they take care of even financial, whatever the woman wants. But as long as she's putting herself first, her wants first, the relationship and the man come after, men will be attracted to that. And women could give love and receive love, but when you put yourself first, not in a selfish way, you will be a magnetational pull, a magnet that attracts That energy is very seductive to men. That's a goal, ladies. That's where we all want to be.
I think maybe women are misinterpreting what they see, or maybe they're putting it into different words, because man is not going to be attracted to you putting yourself first. If you put yourself in front of the man, why would he be attracted to that? Why would anybody be attracted to that? Oh yeah, she put herself first. She put her feelings first. She cut in line. A man really loves that. If you take care of yourself, then that's great. Nobody wants anybody that walks around looking like a bum. But for you to say, well, you don't care about anybody else, basically. Above all else, you take care of yourself, and he's going to be attracted to that. Why would he be?
Men used to really yearn for women. You used to get in a fight with a man and he would be outside your house with a boombox in the rain, singing his heart out, begging for you back, as he should, right? As a real man would. Now you get in a fight with a man, he's texting you, I bet. Now he's matching your energy like he's a girl. And you know why? It's because you guys let these men dog walk you in relationships, and they know they can spin the block whenever, because they know your program is far from strict. They get up and then text you, what are you doing? And you're going to fold. You're going to text them back, and you think you're doing something by waiting a few hours or a day to respond to their message, but you're still responding. You're still taking them back after they treat you like... And that's why men don't yearn for women no more, because it's just too easy out here. It's too much access. It's too much accessibility. And it stresses me the f out. Y'all need to get way more strict with these men. Like, the first time they move funny, move out the way, right? Make them beg. Oh my God, please, I'll never do it again. Y'all don't even scare these men anymore, because within 48 hours, they're back in your bed. Back in your bed after they just exchanged bodily fluids with somebody else. Yeah. That's why men aren't yearning for women no more. So please do your part. Put down the dumb juice. And let's bring back making these men work to be with us. Because loose boundaries won't get you anything but a loser man. Okay? Okay.
Well, I think you have to actually have something to yearn for. I think a lot of modern women don't. They don't have that at all. So you can be as strict as you want, but you're still going to be treated with some sort of disrespect because you're not really a desirable person. And I'm not really even talking about looks. I'm just talking about who you are over the long run.
How men treat women they are not attracted to is crazy. It is literally like night and day. Okay? Pretty privilege is such a real thing, and the day that like everybody wakes up to it, we'd probably be much better off as a society, because what I witnessed today is crazy. Like, when men are unattracted to you, it's just like, okay, you're just there. But when they're attracted to you, the doors get opened. It's like, oh, do you need anything? Here, let me help you pick up that bag. Okay, like, oh, do you need me to do this for you? Can I help you? Oh, you look so nice today. Like, it's just opened my eyes, especially being a flight attendant. Okay, like, you come to work and look good, the men are great. Okay, but it's just, if you're not, sorry, crazy.
So I'll push back a little bit on this, right? So I think the way this is being framed, it sounds like men are only decent to women they're attracted to. And that's just not true, right? Most men are raised to be polite. They're raised to open the door, help someone with a bag, say, yes, ma'am. That's not flirting. That's the way a lot of men were brought up, right? Men will do that for any woman, literally any woman. And honestly, for a lot of people in general, because society expects men to act in a certain way. That a man's just going to do that, right? Now, if the argument is that pretty privilege makes that behavior happen more, or makes it feel warmer, okay, I get where you're coming from. I'll give you that, right? Attraction amplifies behavior, but it doesn't create something from nothing, right? So if you notice how the same guy can hold a door open for two different women, right? So one calls him a gentleman while the other one doesn't even register it, right? It's the same action, it's just a different interpretation. And that interpretation is usually tied to attraction, not intent. So what gets labeled as men treating unattractive women badly is usually just men treating them neutrally, right? So you're not getting extra attention. You're not getting a special investment. You're not getting me going above and beyond. I'm giving you the base level respect that I would anybody. I'm just not saying, oh, have a good day. I might just say, okay, oh, thank you. Versus maybe a pretty woman that I might say, yeah, no problem. You're still being acknowledged. You're just not being acknowledged like that woman is. Oh, well, you treat me like this. No, I'm treating you with respect. But I like this woman. Think about it. If I had a friend come through, right? I'm going to treat that friend with more familiarity because I know that person, right? So if they come, hey man, what's going on? How's it going? Hey man, how are the kids? Because I know that person. But for somebody else, I might say, hey, how you doing? Because I'm more familiar with that person. It's kind of the same concept when you're attracted to somebody. You might want to get to know that person. So you might say, hey, how's it going? How you doing? Thank you so much. Or you engage with them more. But for somebody that you might not be attracted to, you might say, hey, how's it going? Oh, I'm good. Good. How are you? I'm doing all right. All right. Have a blessed day. And go on about your business. Because I'm just not attracted to you. I still treat you with respect, but I don't engage as much because I'm engaging with her in hopes that I would be able to talk to her. So if you're just saying that men treat pretty women like they engage with them a little bit more, then okay. But if you're trying to say that men are dogging women out, I can't agree with that because a lot of men are respecting women out here. It's just that you're not getting the engagement that you want because the man is not attracted to you. I mean, I don't even know why this is an argument, because modern women will get online and say, I don't see 80% of men. So not only do they not see 80% of men, when I don't see you, I don't even acknowledge you. You don't even get a hello. You get nothing because I don't even know who you are. I don't even pay attention to 80% of men. So it's kind of like, which one do you want? Which one are you choosing? Because men, they'll treat you with respect, but a lot of these women out here, they won't even acknowledge you. You ain't even there to them.
Look, I am not here to offend anyone, so sorry. I was just coming on here to rant, a silly little rant. I had no idea it was going to go as viral as it did. I had like close to 70,000 views. That's wild to me. But they have your attention. I guess it seems like there's a larger conversation, a larger theme at play here. And as women, it seems like our role in this is that we've beaten men down so much for approaching us, but at the same time, we want them to approach us. Like, yes, men, do you hear that? We want you to shoot your shot. I mean, obviously read the room, right? Like if we're in the middle of a birthday party or we're hanging out with our kids, like don't approach, right? Or maybe do like something subtle. But like I said in my last video, if a female is sitting alone at a bar on a Sunday and she isn't on her phone, she doesn't have a ring, she keeps looking at you, that's kind of a no-brainer in my opinion. If she's clearly like in at a business event and she's presenting, obviously that's not the time. Like there's obvious cues, right? I feel like I'm actually a little shocked that I have, actually maybe I'm not. Anyway, witty banter goes a really long way. Self-deprecation, top notch. I'm no expert, but I'm just telling you what females like. And to be clear, I feel like I need to address this. I always go up to men. Like, if I see something I like, yeah, I'm going after it. I do. Every time. I didn't expect people to say, oh, you should reach out. I mean, I guess I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. But I've just been running into a string of men who get so excited about what I look like. And then when we go on dates, they're like, they get what they want after a certain period of time. And then it's like, all right, I'm out. And yeah, did I want that in the very beginning of my post-divorce journey? Sure, it had been a while. But now I'm ready. I want a relationship. I'm not trying to like have a revolving door of men. I'm a mom of 2 boys. Like, I don't want that. I want that stability, of somebody adding to my life, not for me to depend on them. I'm perfectly content and happy with myself, as most women are in their 40s. That's the beauty of dating somebody in their 40s. So yeah, I mean, I guess the moral of the story is shoot your shot, respect someone's time. Don't pretend that you're wanting more than you are. And look, dating is figuring that out, right? But just don't play games. Like, I don't know. One last thing that's super important that I forgot, if I still have your attention, confidence. If you don't have confidence in yourself, what are you doing? I'm not attracted. I mean, I can speak on behalf of a lot of women, but personally, and I'm not talking like cocky, I'm talking like, I'm good. Like, I don't need a woman, but I want you. Like, that's sexy. That's hot. You know, and not clingy, not stage 5 clingy crap. I'm talking like you're balanced. You have your together. You know yourself. You have self-worth. You're not anxious. You feel confident in your skin, and you're not already assuming the worst of women, and you're not negative about it. Like, just be yourself and be comfortable in your own skin, and you're not going to overthink approaching a woman. You're either going to do it or you're not. This Me Too culture, I'm sorry. And that's not to disrespect people who genuinely had things that happen. I'm just talking about like, oh, I can't approach a woman because of Me Too. And look, I get it. And maybe for like Gen Z people, I said what I said. Sorry, I got cut off. Ex-husband was calling me. Anyway, for the moral of the story is just be confident. Don't be afraid to approach, and don't make assumptions. Just don't assume. Half the time women go out, especially by themselves, or just like with one other person or 2, like they want your attention. So don't be afraid to give it. Hope this helps. And this probably should have been like a 4-part series, but anyway, bye.
What I think is interesting to me is she keeps on talking about there are obvious cues when there actually aren't, or else a man would have known what the cues were. It's not an obvious cue. It's an obvious cue to you because you're the one that's thinking about it. It's like you write a letter and you put it in invisible ink and then you give it to the person and you say, all right, I'll see you later. And the person's like, okay. And then you come back maybe 5-10 minutes later and you're like, what are you doing? Why did you not come to the rendezvous point? What was I supposed to? Yeah, I gave you the note. This is a blank piece of paper. No. You're not reading the note right. Then the note has invisible ink. You're supposed to put it under a certain light. You guys are not getting, it's so obvious. Why would anybody hand anybody a blank piece of paper? I don't know. That's what I was asking myself. I was like, what? Is this some kind of game? Is this some kind of joke? Maybe she forgot to put her number on it. Maybe she was writing me a note, or I'm not sure. I don't have time to think about that. I want to think about something else. I don't want to play the games. I don't want to sit up here and dig through your mind about your intentions when it would have been easy enough for you to just state your intentions about what you actually wanted. That's it. And that's how men feel in these relationships. Oh, it was an obvious sign. It was an obvious cue to you, because you're the one who wrote the message. You're the one who is sending out the signal. So to you, it's clear as day. But to somebody else, they don't know. I mean, think about, sometimes I'm out here mouthing words to people and they're like, huh? And I'm like, it's clear to me what I'm saying, and I'm getting frustrated. But if you stop and put yourself in their position, you're like, well, they probably don't even know what I'm saying, because they don't know how to read lips. There's too many other distractions, too many other things going on. Just pull out your phone and send me a text message. And then I'll get it. And as soon as I do that, you see their eyes light up, because now they understand clearly what your message is. They didn't have to sit there and, what? Crane, what are you talking about? What are you saying? And just because I open my mouth more or I form the words more doesn't mean they're going to get it. Right? So you have to audibly say something, or you have to send them a text message, a clear message that says, this is what I want. That would be clear as day.
Can never ever be a high value man if your partner or your woman is accessible and available to other men, because your entire respect comes from the woman you choose to mother your children. If you choose loosely and you choose a woman that you would be upset if your daughter grew up to be like, how can you be a high value man if you can't make high value choices? If you can't select women properly, how can you claim to be a high value man simply because you made 6 figures last year? You made 6 figures and you invested it into a home. High value men have high value standards. Your values have to be high in order to be high value, not your bank balance. Because if you're authentically proud of her, you can't wait to have a daughter that acts exactly like her. But if you are just proud of her when you walk into a room and people stare, and then people are like, wow, but then privately she treats you badly, or privately you don't know if you can trust her or not, but publicly you feel really proud, that's a fake ego boost, and that is not high value selection. For full access to all my content, you can join my Patreon, where you can also send me a message anytime.
All right, let's see what kind of feminist propaganda we got here. So she's lifting and a man is staring at her. A man is staring, and she stares back. Holy moly. She stares back even harder. Wow, at the man. She's staring at the man. That definitely happened.
What's the most common job of a woman that divorces her husband?
A nurse. The infidelity rates are the highest among nurses. Teachers. It's a predominantly female profession, so it's women who spend a lot of time with other women, and they spend a lot of that time talking about how much their husbands suck or men suck. But I think statistically the highest would be homemakers.
Why is that?
I think idle hands are the devil's plaything. When your job gives you hours during the day to do nothing but sort of ruminate and play online and compare yourself to other people that you're looking at online and watch TV and listen to messages about why you're great and why everything else is everybody else's fault. Does it turn you into the kind of person who's like, yeah, you know what, there's a better life out there and I deserve it? Yeah, it turns you into that person.
Let me tell y'all something. He don't run the house. And this nigga think because we about to get married, he can take up all the hot water, take up all the towels, take up the whole bed. Like, boy, y'all, we've been living in this house for the last week. And this think because we about to get married, he can take up all the hot water, take up all the towels, take up the whole bed. Like, boy, I don't know what this thinking, y'all. But he ain't seen nothing yet. He ain't seen nothing yet. What'd you say? How do I feel about living in a house with a baseball player? This motherfucker, let me tell y'all something. He don't run the house. Huh? I does the cooking. I does the cleaning. Okay. How is you in my get them out the confessional room? Bruh. Why is you in my confessional? Because I can't. Get them out the confessional.
I have an unsavory question.
I love that.
I polled a bunch of people before our interview, and I said, what would you be most interested in knowing from a divorce attorney? There was one that stuck out to me.
Okay.
This person is married, and they said, should I ever want to get divorced in 5 years, in 10 years? What should I be thinking about now?
Most people, when they get married, have absolutely no idea what they just did legally. None whatsoever. That most people, the first time they learn legally what happened to their rights and obligations when they got married is when they walk into a divorce lawyer's office. I genuinely believe if you wanted to damage my business model and that of my colleagues, you would create barriers to entry for marriage. Married? You can marry, you $50, you pay a guy who dresses like Elvis in Vegas and you're married. That's it. I think if you made people take a class, I don't know, make people sit down with a divorce lawyer for a half an hour so we can just explain to you. Most people never think about it. They're just caught up in the romance of it. But remember, like, love and marriage are two completely different things.
Dare I say it, marriage is very dangerous, can be very dangerous, can be very beautiful, can be very fulfilling, but it is very dangerous if you're not thinking properly about what you need to do, right? You have to be careful about who you're, connecting with. What are their values? Where are they going? Why are they going there? You have to continue to ask questions and not just, maybe not in an interview form, but I'm curious to know because I'm interested in who you are. But then also, if I'm thinking about getting married to you, I want to know that you have your head on straight. And I think a lot of people miss this. They ask a few questions. They like the vibe of it. They like where it seems to be going. They're obsessed with that person. They yearn for that person, right? But they don't really, they yearn for, and they really want the beauty. They're really yearning for the feeling of that person, or maybe not even that person, the feeling in general. I long to be loved. You hear a lot of women say this. I long to be loved. I long to have my head on a man's chest, or to be cuddled. I long for the feelings and the things associated with a relationship. But then also there's some other stuff associated with the relationship that a lot of modern women don't want. They don't understand it. Oh, I thought it was about this day that I've dreamed of for countless years. And now you're telling me that I have to pull back on my dream day for a little, for, financial reasons, or to be a little bit more responsible to set up the next phase. You're telling me I have to pull back because, we need more money. We still need money to pay for the honeymoon. And then we still need money to put down on a house or an apartment or a car. Wow. That's really going to kill the day for me. And I think a lot of women, they'll look back and they'll say, man, I'm going to look back and I'm going to enjoy my day. So I'm willing to do anything. Remember, we're supposed to be getting married because of love, but I'll do anything to make this day the best day. Well, you're going to have a better day. The wedding is great, but you're going to have a better day when your first child is born. That's going to be the best day, or one of the best days of your life. And then when your child goes to school for the first day, that's going to be, oh man, we got here, we made it. Then when your child graduates kindergarten, and then when they graduate middle school, high school, that's going to be the happiest day of your life. And then when and there's multiple days of your life that are more important than the wedding day. You're just telling everybody on the wedding day, right? And I don't want to make it seem like it's not anything, but you're just telling everybody on the wedding day, hey, this person and myself, we want to make a commitment to each other. We think, hey, this is a pretty great person. He's great. I believe I'm great. We're going to do life together. Life has a whole bunch of pitfalls. It has a bunch of things that, it's hard. It's difficult. So I want to do it with this person. They're not going to be perfect. That's the main thing. But I think with their values and my values, we can work through it because we're going in the same direction. We're going in the same direction, right? Once again, you have a lot of men and women that have tattoos everywhere, piercings everywhere, but their marriage is successful because they're going in the same direction. They're going in the same direction. A lot of modern women try to get a man that's not on their type of time. Well, he's got to be 6 feet, 6 figures, 6 pack, right? You're getting what you want, but he's not getting what he wants. You want to be somebody that lays around all day and all night, sipping some orange juice by the pool, and a man don't want that. He said, no, I worked for everything I've got. I don't want to walk in like Sadia said and just have somebody walk in and give it away. I don't want to do that, and I'm not going to do that. That's what a lot of these women don't understand. You're playing around with this stuff, but this is serious. If you take a class, read a book, watch some YouTube videos, then I think you'll understand, okay, well, maybe it's not anything to be afraid of. Well, in some aspects, yes, it is something to be afraid of. But here's how I get around the pitfalls of marriage or what could break up a marriage. And I have to be focused and intentional on doing that.
Men don't pull back because they stopped caring. They pull back because you made home feel like a battlefield. When a man withdraws, it's not rejection, it's self-preservation. He didn't change on you. He evolved into what your energy taught him he needed to become. You mistake his silence for weakness, his boundaries for coldness, his self-control for lack of passion. But here's what you're missing. A man who's protecting his peace isn't trying to hurt you. He's trying to survive you. He stops opening up because every vulnerable moment gets thrown back in his face. He stops trying because nothing he does lands right anymore. And if that stings, good. Because the woman who makes home undefeatable, who brings softness instead of combat, who chooses to receive instead of resist, she doesn't have to worry about him pulling away. Energy matches energy. If he's distant, check what you've been giving him to come home to. Chaos, criticism, or indifference. He'll mirror every bit of it. Stop weaponizing your emotions every time he sets a boundary. Stop punishing him with silence when he refuses to argue. Fix that and watch how fast everything shifts.
Your mama can't stay because I don't want your mama in this house. It's really simple.
But that's my mother. She needs a place to stay. She's having a financial hard time. I'm her only child.
Okay. Well, then her only child needs to be taking care of her mother.
Okay.
I don't need to be. You don't need to have your mama here. Your mama don't like me.
You take care of the bills and stuff here. So it's not like I'm capable of financially supplying for my mom.
If I'm paying the bills, I'm not about to be uncomfortable in my own house. Like, that's wild.
Like, the best thing for me to do is be able to have her move in with us. What do you want me to do? Tell my mama no?
You don't got to tell your mama no. I'm going to tell your mama no. Your mama don't like me, so I don't got no problem telling her no.
He not being mean. He just being honest as hell. Y'all confuse boundaries with disrespect every time.
She's cordial with you. What do you mean? Don't even sit there and do that. She's cordial with you.
But she be talking shit behind my back, though.
No, she don't.
Okay.
No, she don't.
Yes, she
but
do.
You need to understand that there's no way I'm about to sit over here and allow my mom to not have a place to stay. Well, that's crazy when she can come stay with us. We got a whole nother room for her.
So you care more about telling your mom no than protecting your man's peace. Okay, got it.
It's a village. It takes a village.
And it do.
Okay, so your mama should understand that. She old enough to understand that. She talks shit about me. She old enough to understand that it takes a village.
Nico, like,
you
don't even understand how hard this is of hearing from you.
Well,
see, it's only hard to hear because it's real. That's accountability now.
Because you basically making me choose to help my mom or not.
No, you can help your mom. You just can't help her move into here.
Why though?
Because I don't want your mama staying with me.
But your goofy mama be staying over here at half the time.
But my mama also respects you, even though she probably shouldn't.
Respect is the rent, sis. If your mama ain't paying you, then she can't stay. Period.
Like I told you, I will help your mama. I will help your mama. She can get
help her get down here.
Well, I'll help her get down here, but she can't stay here. She got to go somewhere else and stay. We gonna get her a hotel or something, but she's not living.
My mom is not staying. Are you out of your mind? My mom is not staying in no hotel. Are you crazy?
He offering options and you still ungrateful, girl, pick a struggle.